discover the natural power of ashwagandha, an ancient herb known for its healing properties. For over 3,000 years, ashwagandha has been trusted to reduce stress, increase energy, and improve focus. Our ashwagandha is carefully grown, harvested, and processed to retain its maximum potency. Each root is hand-picked and dried, then ground into a pure organic powder, ensuring the highest quality. Simply mix 1 teaspoon into your favorite beverage or take it in capsule form as prescribed by a healthcare professional. Whether you're looking to balance your stress levels, boost your immune system, or enhance mental clarity, ashwagandha offers a natural solution. Experience the benefits of ancient wisdom backed by modern science. Trust nature. Trust ashwagandha. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
Yeah, for only $23.90. Karibuni sana kwa kuweza been amazing. This wonderful evening, 36 minutes past the top of the hour on my end. Now to everyone live with us on YouTube, Rumble, and BitChute. I can hear an echo on your end, Peter. It's boring.
No, I turned off everything off, Joby. That's on your end. I don't know what's going on. I got all my apps closed. That's closed.
Maybe it's a device. No, I don't know what's going on. But anyway, shout out to everyone live with us on Rumble, BitChute. I hear that echo. It's really disturbing my head. I hear that echo. But shout out to everyone live with me on Rumble, BitChute. Everyone with us on the radio, and of course to everyone.
I should echo. I was on mute. That's echo on your end.
It's on your end. You just muted yourself right now. Come on. Just right now. Okay, but I'm literally seeing what you're doing. But anyway, Karibuni Sada family. Today being on a Wednesday, of course, we shall be starting with some soul food. Just getting to know a few different, of course, also favorite foods like we've been sharing for the past few weeks, what you guys have been into. But before that, I want to remind you of this movie we watched called The Soul Food, which includes Nia Long and all that. Just to take our memory down the lane before I get to the main conversation that we shall be talking about. Also,
I don't think we ever watched the whole movie, did we?
I think we did. Yeah, we did. When this guy, we watched the movie a couple of times. I think so.
A couple of times. I only watched the movie one time, Joby. I don't know. I know we shared clips from it, but I don't think we've seen the whole movie, Joby.
Okay, yeah, we've seen the movie and shared. I think
we shared clips. We shared clips, but we didn't show the movie.
Oh, okay. Sinners is also out. We should be watching Sinners maybe this Friday. I don't know. Sinners is out, so we'll see what this Friday will be on. But I'd love if you can watch that this Friday.
What movie is that? Sinners.
Yeah, it's out.
You know it's out. Did you check Amazon?
No, Amazon on my site.
Oh, on your site? Okay. Well, yeah. Okay, if you got it. Hold on, Joe. You sure you got it this time? You sure?
Yes.
Okay, yes. If you got it, let's watch it this Friday then.
Okay. All right. Let me start with this one just a little. Yep, wanted to share that before we.
Yeah, we didn't watch that movie. We didn't watch that. We watched the part. We watched the part when Lim, the other girl's husband, Nia Long's husband, come and slam the door after she having sex with that dude at work. Are you fucking him? Are you fucking this girl? No.
I think we might have watched it. I don't know.
No, Joby. No, because you don't remember the whole movie. You didn't even know that was gonna happen. You didn't. Nah, we didn't watch that movie.
My bad. We'll watch it then next time when we get time. But anyway, Karibuni Sana family. There's an echo on your end, kid. You gotta check.
I'm sorry. No, I got nothing on, Joby. It's on your. Let me go out and come back in.
Kindly.
No, I got no apps on my phone open.
Okay. I see on Sankero say we didn't watch it. All right. Oh my. Okay, my bad. I think we watched too many movies, or I've also watched too many movies. I think we've watched even that one, but we've shared a couple of clips from it, that's for sure. But anyway, as we get started, before today, I don't really have specific soul food to share, but I do have 10 top 10 soul food and black owned restaurants that are literally, maybe if you're walking across this street, you can go support a brother, or a sister, because you keep on talking about literally how we black people, we fail to support our own people, where we fail to literally uplift our very own people. We go supporting other businesses. Not me personally, okay? Not me, but I just want to share this today, not specifically soul food, but top 10 soul food restaurants where you can literally walk in and get yourself some amazing food. And looking for that personally for us, we also literally, going to be bringing these American delicacies, in the restaurant in Tanzania. It's nice to know and look at what other people in the States are also doing. So let me get into it as we get started.
What's this right here?
This
Mac
is
and
another
cheese?
No, today we're not really sharing specific soul food. I'm not sharing specific soul
Oh,
food, but I'm sharing top
okay.
10 soul food and black owned restaurants. And it's nice
Okay.
because I'm saying, maybe if you're working on a weekend or maybe with your family and friends, if you have time to pass by, support a brother and a sister. We keep on talking about supporting our very own people, like, walking on a restaurant, have
Of
a
course.
plate, and give, your leave your review as well. It's literally, it's nice, it's really really good. Like, try it. And also for us, the fact that this is what we want to bring back also down in Tanzania. Let's see also what our people are doing also there, what we can really learn from him.
video as part of our BE Discover Guide series, where we highlight Black-owned restaurants and establishments that help us celebrate fabulous food, flavors, and culinary ingenuity.
Welcome to Black Excellence.
Some of the best Black-owned restaurants in Chicago, Illinois. So without further ado, let's get started. Virtue Restaurant and Bar, located in
This
Chicago's
big
Hyde Park, is
so this Chicago, so this big cheese and 10 speed area.
All right,
I want to visit them at visit any of these restaurants. Go ahead, Joe.
let's
chic and comfortable spot in the heart of Harper Court. Owner and chef Eric Williams, recognized in the New York Times as one of 16 Black chefs changing food in America, brings his Southern heritage to the forefront with an approachable yet stylish menu. The restaurant features a bustling dining room with views of the exhibition kitchen and a more intimate bar area adorned with African American murals, paying homage to Williams' roots. On the menu, guests can expect soulful Southern dishes prepared with a modern twist. Highlights include crispy fried green tomatoes with shrimp and remoulade, blackened catfish over Carolina gold rice, and fall-apart beef short ribs. Dazi's Grill, led by owner Dazi Ibekwe, is on a mission to introduce more people to the flavors of West Africa. New to the Chicago scene, this noteworthy culinary destination offers
That's a
dine-in,
Nigerian
takeout,
name.
yeah.
and delivery
Yeah, that's
options.
Nigerian,
The
brother.
menu at Dazi's Grill is a reflection of three main influences: his own style of home cooking, the American customer, and the African diaspora. The experience here is enhanced by a full-service coffee bar, a welcoming atmosphere, and a menu that features award-winning dishes like jollof rice bowls, pepper soup bowls, suya kebabs, and Dorito wraps. Luella's Southern Kitchen in Chicago isn't your typical order-at-the-counter soul food spot. It's not extravagant, but you will certainly appreciate all of the extra thought and energy that goes into preparing your dish. This earnest kitchen is where every order is made from scratch, promising a wait that's more than worth it. The menu features tender buttermilk fried chicken served with warm collards braised with ham
I'm
hock,
going. I'm going.
along
I'm
with
going to
pillowy
bring
biscuit.
chicken and waffles. I'm going to bring chicken and waffles to Nairobi. After I have it in Tanzania and Dar es Salaam, I'm going to bring chicken and waffles to Nairobi.
Period.
It's cooked to order and served with apricot jam, offering pure bliss. Additionally, their Mississippi hot tamales, stuffed with Slagle Farms beef and melted cheddar cheese, add an indulgent touch to the Southern-inspired fare. Not to mention, it's a BYOB. Led by owner Daryl Green, Pearl's Place offers a taste of home-style Southern cuisine in an inviting atmosphere adorned with local artwork. The restaurant's focus on Southern cuisine, served buffet style, makes it a standout in the area. The breakfast buffet features a wide selection, including pancakes, grits, breakfast meats, omelets,
Yeah,
chicken wings, and
they
salmon.
go cornbread. You can't afford no buffet, man. People too fat. They eat all your food. All you can eat. You can't afford to put no buffets out there. See, I ain't know Africa even got there. When you a buffet job, we eat all you can as much as you want till you're tired. The buffet is all you can eat. You keep going back as much as you want.
Making it a great value for guests. Situated in historic Bronzeville, Pearl's Place has been a community staple for over 30 years, reflecting the area's rich cultural heritage. Green's commitment to excellent customer service and community involvement sets Pearl's Place apart, with a menu that celebrates soul food favorites like fried chicken, pork chops, macaroni and cheese, and collard greens. Batter and Berries, founded in 2012 by Dr.
Looking
Tanya
at this
and
shit,
Craig Richardson,
this shit making me
has
hungry as
become
hell.
staple in Chicago's vibrant brunch scene. With a mission to offer fresh, flavorful dishes that attract visitors from around the world, Batter and Berries has established itself as a top destination for brunch enthusiasts. The restaurant gained widespread acclaim for its famed French toast flight, earning recognition for other dishes like their caramel French toast and sweet potato waffles.
I love father. I don't know. I never had. When I was in Africa, I don't think they had. I never seen French toast in Africa. You guys got French toast, Joe? You ever had French toast?
French toast. Yes.
That's a no. You had it? You had French toast?
Not me, but yeah, we do have French toast in Kenya.
Well, yeah, but of course you gotta be at the restaurants because you got a lot of white people there. But no, just like for the average black people there.
Yeah, it's there. You'll find it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
With its eclectic menu and commitment to quality, Batter and Berries continues to draw locals and celebrities alike, seeking an unforgettable brunch experience in the heart of Chicago. MacArthur's, located on the west side of Chicago, offers a delightful Southern-style dining experience curated by owner Mac Alexander. Known for its family-friendly...
Hey, Big Cheese, this on the west side. You been to MacArthur's? Probably they say on the west side of Chicago. Is this? So if you're looking, I know you're probably looking at the replay. Big Cheese. Is this over by Cicero? The Cicero is where I used to get my deep fried pizza.
You're breaking. You're breaking a little bit, but yeah, you're breaking a little bit. But let us know when you come back.
Cozy ambiance and affordable prices, this cafeteria-style restaurant is a go-to spot for soul food enthusiasts. The menu changes daily, featuring classics like meatloaf, pork spare ribs, and fried chicken. MacArthur's also prides itself on serving and a variety of sides, including fried catfish, mashed potatoes, and mac and cheese. And you don't want to miss out on their must-try desserts like their sweet potato pie and banana pudding. Original Soul Vegetarian, formerly known as Soul Veg City, has been a South Side staple for over 40 years, serving award-winning gourmet soul dishes. Established in 1981, the restaurant aimed to promote a healthier lifestyle through plant-based cuisine when awareness of food's impact on health was limited. Owned by Errol Brown and Lori Say, the restaurant is renowned for its heart-healthy...
Yeah, Big Cheese says he's been there a million times. It's around Madison Street, on the west side, not from Cicero. Yeah. Shout out to you, Big Cheese.
Plant-based fare. At Original Soul Vegetarian, guests can expect a unique culinary journey that celebrates health and taste, which is why it has been a beloved establishment in the Chicago dining scene for the past 4 decades. Quentin Love, the executive chef and owner of the Soul Food Lounge, offers a delightful fusion of soul food dishes at 2 locations in Chicago, Lawndale and Beverly. Known for reimagining traditional Southern cuisine, Love infuses flavors from various cultures into his dishes, resulting in innovative creations like Creole seafood stuffed dressing and Korean barbecue glazed short ribs. Featuring live music, both boast a unique menu while maintaining the same soul food fusion concept. Critically acclaimed for its inventive approach to comfort foods, the Soul Food Lounge is a must visit for those seeking a culinary adventure that celebrates diverse flavors and cultural influences. Taylor's Tacos, owned by Taylor and Maya Mason, is a beloved taco shop and catering company specializing in authentic street-style tacos with a unique twist. Taylor's Tacos aims to bring people together through delicious food, good vibes, and exceptional service. For 7 years, Taylor Tacos operated in various pop-ups at places like Doc's Fish in Bronzeville and The Hatchery in Garfield Park. Now the Masons are celebrating a permanent location in Little Italy. The innovative owners describe their tacos as street tacos with soul. Their new creations are inspired by Mexican street tacos and a fusion of flavors that reflect Taylor's upbringing on Chicago's West Side and her exposure to Southern California's vibrant street taco scene during her time there in college. Menu highlights include the sweet poppin' potato and sexy crispy shrimp tacos, featuring cilantro, hot sauce, and pickled red cabbage.
I was just about to say that's the LA since okay. So the young lady who started this restaurant, she went to college in California, out there by LA. Exactly. That's some LA thing. Okay, so took that style back to Chicago. Okay, I got you. Good job.
Nestled in Chicago's vibrant South Side, offers an elevated dining experience showcasing authentic Haitian cuisine. Owned by Jean-Claude Aurel, the restaurant boasts a warm and inviting
Haitian,
ambiance adorned with vibrant Haitian artwork, creating a rich
Haitian
cultural
food.
atmosphere. The menu features a variety of traditional Haitian dishes meticulously crafted with love and expertise. Standout
Man, that looks
specialties
delicious.
include the goat pot pie, red snapper, griot, cabrit, oxtails, and corn souffle, all prepared using high-quality ingredients sourced to maintain authenticity.
Yep. So yeah, those are 10, literally the most amazing 10 top 10 soul food you can literally find. That is
In Chicago area, man, that's Chicago land, Joe. But get it right, Chicago land.
Chicagoland. That's what's
That's
up.
right.
Yeah, but that's with everyone with us on the chat. I see Unsunken One says macaroni and cheese is good. Have Joby with more. Okay, all right, that's what's up. I'd like.
It's got to be the home cooked kind of. So it can't be like the box kind of the Mister. You got to have a real home cooked macaroni. I'll eat a whole plate. That's what I'm got. I eat a whole plate of mac and cheese. That's one thing I will admit. My ex-wife, was a great Southern cook. My God, everything she made was delicious. Like Jesus Christ.
I also see
Oh my
Vanessa
goodness.
was looking weak in this, and then you says Joby, you got to play seduction scene. The cousin would have broken me down too. And I also see Jason saying that's good go street food and
Yeah, Joe, you gotta go. Okay, yeah, I see you said go to Soul Food
mhm.
that the movie just played. Say the scene where Miles say movie scene from the movie Soul Food where Miles watches the cousin dance. She wasn't being seductive. She was just dancing. He was getting all, penis getting hard, looking at do her thing.
Your
And he said,
cousin.
that's not his cousin. That was his wife's cousin, Joby.
Oh, okay.
Not no incest. That's his wife. That's what she said. That's what she said. They before. Is that before he had sex with her or afterwards? I don't know. I ain't seen most of. Was that before he got a coochie or after he got a coochie? I don't. You can keep it there though, Joey. It's just that might be just before it happened. That might be right there, Joey. Yeah, keep playing that one you got right there, the one you showed. Yeah, because it happens after that. Yeah, the same one you just played, because that's after, because he helps her out.
Oh, this time I played the first one. All right.
Yeah, that went there. Yeah, because afterwards, yeah, because this before, because she begged him to go play the piano for her audition. Didn't happen after this. That's right.
No, this is
Make your
just the
video bigger. Make your
yes.
video. No, but it's gonna show afterwards how she gonna seduce him. Okay, stop right there. And then after that, she comes. That's right. After that, thank you, cuz. I really appreciate you. Blah blah blah. That's a no. That's good. That's good, Joe.
Hell, was it like him? What the hell? What the hell? It's crazy. But I used to see Jason said, damn, chicken and waffle sounds good.
Don't it? Don't it? Oh my God! I had some good chicken and waffles in a minute, man. Since I got divorced, 'cause I don't like to go to the restaurant and pay, but I had no good chicken and waffles for a minute. A plate of wings and some waffles with some butter and syrup. Oh my, and some eggs. Oh man, she. But
Sankanon says I had my first boiled hamburger when I went to Chicago. And then Big Cheese made a correction over there. And Sankan also says, I was like, what the hell is a boiled hamburger? I know
me
that's how.
too. What the hell is a boiled hamburger? I never heard. I've been to Chicago many times. I never came across a boiled hamburger. What part of the city were you in? Boiled hamburger.
Shout out to John Mosquito. Hope you're doing amazing. Jason is also asking what's a boiled hamburger. Big Cheese says you should only eat that good soul food once a week. It's high calories, sugar, and
I
carbs.
know it'll kill you, but it's so damn good. I know it's so bad. It's so bad, but it's so good.
Shout out to Byron Scott, Karibu Sana.
Hey,
John,
that's your fellow shit eater right there, Byron Scott.
shout out to John Spaces. The host of this show looks like a
Oh,
tomato. God.
hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Host the show is like, what now, Joby?
Look, I look like a tomato. That's so sad.
You like a tomato?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold on, fellas. You guys remember what we talking about? I was in North Carolina last week. I went to the same place. They told me to give a shout out to Job and us. They said, hey, shout out to you pig feet Negroes. I said, oh, you remember? You remember? Yeah. You had that girl on there with you. Y'all were talking about pig feet. I said, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Jason says in a few honey kettle southern fried chicken places are still left norms. Denny's still hanging in there. Okay, didn't get that correctly. But John Mosquito says I was watching this guy. He has father of Black Gangster alongside Sylvester Stallone in Tulsa King. Okay. What you guys are
It's
talking
called
about?
Tulsa King is a T. I never seen it. It's a TV show. You got Amazon, but go to your Amazon Prime and type in Tulsa King. I never seen it's a TV show with Sylvester Stallone. You like all back in the day when he played Rambo and he played Rambo and whatever other people he was in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Big Cheese says she had no business being alone at the bar with her cousin's husband. Keith always
I
protecting black women worldwide.
I know you got. I shouldn't be there. I knew those are situations where you shouldn't put yourself in. Like I was at a family reunion one time with my wife's people, right? So
Oh,
I was just
here
sitting. What did you say, Toby?
we
What?
go. Another story. What did you do?
All right, I ain't doing nothing. I was over there chilling, and my wife, some of her family who were from further South Florida, they were from down. I think they from like Fort Myers. They was spied, right? They sat down, and when they could say, "Oh, girl, he's fine, but I think he a cousin. He can't be doing that." I said, "Nah, I ain't your cousin. You guys not my family. I'm married. I'm married in." Oh, okay. So I said, but see, that situation could have went left if I would have not said I was married and tried to pursue it because they were right for the picket. So I knew the situation was wrong, and then I removed myself from the situation. They was spying and shit. Like, God damn. So I said, no, 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 no. I'm not your cousin, but you know, I'm married. I came over here with my wife. You my wife's people. Oh, okay, 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 okay. So shit. You know,
That's
but
so
you know, you're always gonna be put in situations where you gotta find coochie. Are you gonna do the right thing, or you gonna turn away? Now, if I wasn't man back in the day, it would have been on and popping. I had no morals. Had no
well,
morals. You was good as God.
say no to temptations. Say no to temptations. Have self control. It's really important.
Hey,
It really,
but it ain't the self control, it's the situation. You can't.
yeah. It
as some
self
woman, as some woman putting their coochie in your face, Joe. It's hard to like the lady said when we looked at the movie, Jungle Fever. I don't care what no man say. You look left, you look right. He gonna get the pussy.
Nah, it comes with the what did I say? It comes with it comes with you just saying no. You have to say no.
You
You can't just
just say
invite.
no. You
Then
gotta
they
get
put
out
it
the
on
situation.
your face.
You gotta
They
get out
put
the
it
situation, Joey. You can't say no when somebody's throwing some coochie in your face. You gotta stay away from the situation. Because a man is weak, Joey. Man is weak, not like a woman. He's weak. So you gotta excuse yourself from the situation before it happens. You know, because he's going. Because look at Miles. Miles messed up his whole life family. Look at that. Family, family. I don't give a family. I'm gonna sit out. I don't give a family. Family, fuck my husband. What? What? Everybody like what? What?
what you
Babe,
trying to
no, babe, no,
trying to
babe.
what you trying to say? If you don't walk out of the situation, you'll find yourself there. You don't have self control. That's what I'm asking. Don't you have some?
Well, no, that's
What?
self-control. No, most men, Joe, but you're gonna find yourself butt naked, asking her what's her favorite date. Butt naked. You're gonna be butt naked. You're gonna be all messed up. Now you're butt naked next to this woman, asking, "Hey, how you been? What funny stories do you happen?" Now you always betrayed your wife, and you're trying to make sure, or your girlfriend, trying to make sure she never finds out. Because
And
now you
now
done messed up everything, Joe.
and now you're hit by post nut clarity. Now that's your goddamn
Exactly.
problem.
Exactly. Exactly. You even got a term for it. Post nut clarity. So yeah. So now I gotta hide it because the woman I probably cheated, I really love her, but she's not gonna accept me making a mistake.
Of
So
course.
no, don't get yourself in a situation to begin with. But some fine motherfucker come next to you, shorty, I got to go. I gotta go. Just remove yourself from the situation, Joe.
Oh, that's so sad. But anyway, let me continue. As we continue, the next conversation is coming from Tanzania, a little bit of switch just to Africa. And they
All
have
right.
started pushing the agenda of homosexuality now in Tanzania. We never used to see this, but now this is what is happening. We have
Of
some of
course,
the
NGOs are there.
MPs who, of course, are objecting this and revoking what the EU is pushing. They're saying they're even going to offer
See,
money.
everybody, the AU is pushing this. African Union has nothing to do with African people. They push this to weaken the society and have you also fighting on culture that has nothing to do with you. Now they're going to introduce this culture. They're going to be fighting on this over nonsense while they stealing you, while they robbing from you blind. That you fight useless arguments, mainly for your culture. That's what they do.
Mhm. Let me share the video.
I've already stated my position clearly here. A true leader cannot be forced into marriage.
It's an AI translation, but the guy was talking in Swahili. I can hear the Swahili personally, but see, I love the
Okay.
fact it has a translation.
When I saw what the Europeans wrote, my response was that if their concern is water, let them not bring theirs. We'll drink water from our own wells. However, the issue of homosexuality and lesbianism, let them continue with that. We'll move forward
Exactly.
ourselves. And I firmly
They keep,
believe that the government under the
you
Party of the
know, and why they
Revolution
keep and why they keep forcing it into African people because of the land. They're not forcing it with the white Arabs. White Arabs told them no. They said okay, leave them alone. But they want to destabilize Africa any way they can. All kind of fake, but all kind of crazy, debaucherous nonsense. Go
Mhm.
ahead, Joe.
ECM, and we responsible parliamentarians cannot support such nonsense, nor can we entertain it. They must stop it immediately.
Nonsense.
Yesterday, there was a debate in the European Parliament. I don't want to interfere too much in their issues, but they passed 6 resolutions
But they
concerning
want
the
to
Tanzanian
interfere in
government.
yours. Is that
One
also, see,
resolution-
they pass resolutions about you, and you're not even in Europe. But they want to pass resolutions in their country, their continent about you. They want to completely dominate. And they'll tell you, I don't know why you don't allow a man to have his butthole played with. What's wrong with you Africans? I don't know why you don't want no man running around in booty shorts and his ball sack hanging out. We want that in Africa. That's right.
You'll be beaten. Like, don't try that in public.
And concerned the case of Honorable Tundulisu.
But
And
the
I
more he
have no
said,
issue
the more he
with that
said you
as-
have the more he said you have a bullet in the head.
Yeah, you'll be beaten. This is no joke, you know. They always post and flex on only on social media, but on the ground things are really different. Like
Right.
no straight men wanna see you on lipstick and walking like a woman. We see you on
Right.
walking. Like, what do you mean? You know? You're gonna get some blows. It's not slaps, blows. Like
already before the courts. But resolution number 2, this is what I want to address. They issued a resolution that demands the Tanzanian government recognize the rights of same-sex lovers. Now, I followed this in the MPs group. You can all see it. And in resolution number 6, they direct that the Tanzanian government and parliament be written to by the president
That's
of the
why you
European
gotta get that's why you gotta get rid of all these NGOs, guys. You gotta get rid of all of them. This caused destabilization of the country. They know what they're doing. And it's pushed by the cats. They understand that you must get all NGOs out your country. They're not there to help you. I need some and not get them all out. They want to push this debaucherous culture so it can cause confusion within the country so they can take it over. Go ahead, Joe.
Parliament, instructing us to implement these 6 resolutions. To me, this is disrespectful to our nation. It is also disrespectful to the God we worship in this country. Because this parliament begins every session with prayers. Every government function we do is attended by religious leaders from BAKWATA, CCT, and other religious institutions. We pray to God to help our nation. We have never and will never reach a point of being disrespected like this, where people can now tell us to recognize gay rights. This is subordination of our nation. Therefore, through your chair,
That's
we request
exactly what
our
it
voice
is.
to be heard. On behalf of
Imagine,
Tanzanians,
hey, Joe,
we
imagine the
strongly-
audacity of some white people don't give a shit about telling you what to pass in your country.
imagine.
The audacity is crazy.
You
Now,
know,
what,
even
Joe?
you're
Exactly.
not there consent, just we think now because Magufuli is not there, we have someone who's gonna
Exactly. Exactly. They passed a legislation in Europe about Tanzania and what Tanzania should do. This is the psychopathy of these white people. It's absolutely crazy.
So they are.
reject and condemn this in this parliament. These immoral matters are not needed in our country. We are developing. We continue to make progress. We know our development partners and we appreciate their support. But this issue, asking us to blaspheme the God who created us, we ask not to be led down that path. So, Honorable Speaker and Deputy Speaker, I kindly ask you, our government, through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which is represented here, should send a clear message. We are the ones who represent Tanzanians.
Exactly. This is why you see it pushed all African parliaments, Kenya, Ghana, Uganda, Nigeria, everywhere, because this is the weakening African, because you're waking up, make sure you're not going to fight. Ain't no man going to be fighting in no booty shorts and his ball sack hanging out. Cause confusion within the population, all kind of crazy nonsense. Have you fighting stuff that's not even your culture? See, that's why it's such a focus on Africa with bringing all this debaucherous nonsense in and saying this is normal. Like I had the argument with Irritar about that lady and talking about, yes, we don't want to, we advocate for LGBT rights. I said, hold on, lady. You're sponsored by an NGO, right? Yeah, I said, no. The answer is no. NGO white people are sponsoring you in Kenya to normalize these perversions. It's not African culture. Nowhere on the planet. Okay? Like when Obama tried to come to Kenya and talk to Uhuru. We want to normalize gay sex. We say, hey, man. None of that.
Protect our boys and girls. Honorable Deputy Speaker, this is a matter of record. If those people won't protect our values and morals, our nation's future will deteriorate. By the grace of God, we have been protected. We saw the President of the United States rejecting this nonsense. We saw other world leaders doing the same. So if it's about seeking power, there are better ways to seek political office. Seek it with clean politics and with justice. But do not link us to immoral things from outside.
Right.
Even you, Honorable Deputy Speaker, some countries today have held elections.
Do not link us to linky butt cheeks. Okay? The doo-doo. You know what they do? They do the doo-doo. I said, we can find that. We can find that day video with the Uganda. They went the doo-doo. And they do the doo-doo.
Some political parties in those European countries have started rejecting this nonsense. So I am shocked that our country is being written to, telling us to accept it, or being directed by the European Parliament to approve gay issues. So I ask my fellow members of Parliament, raise your voices and make noise.
When has the African told Europe what to do? Never.
They are not acceptable in Tanzania, and even in heaven, the God we pray to. Let this be made very clear. Let us be strict. Let them bring us development. Let them bring us investments. Let us cooperate in development. But this issue of disrespecting
if you're messing with them, hey moron, if you're messing with them, they're telling you if you don't do it, you're not gonna get none of their fake money, none of their fake investments, and nothing with you, unless you allow them to have access to your butthole. You're not gonna get that.
And it's okay, and it's all good. Like, so you can hear them confidently saying we can survive, our own way. We don't need your funds to drink water from your wells.
Exactly. You don't. Exactly. Well, he needs to say that. Hell, they need you. You don't need that. What's the thing? They need you. You don't need them. Europe actually has nothing to offer you except day old booty juice. Day old booty juice is bad for you. Nobody wants rotten booty juice.
As we shift from the next conversation of the day, coming from Kenya, still in Africa, which shall be leading us to another video on a share of Candice Owens. She did a month ago, talking about the situation of Kennedy and how he was assassinated by the Mossad, if I'm pronouncing that right.
Yeah, by the Mossad. Just say the Mossad or the cats, by the cats. Exactly.
Yeah, so I was trying to do my, of course, research looking at the Mossad. We have Reuven Shiloha, who was the instrumental in founding the Mossad and Israel Intelligence Services. And on this video, I want to actually share coming from Kenya is about the intelligence security agencies, which we see the National Intelligence Service head in Kenya is asking and demanding more funds to be poured on this particular sector. And just looking at more videos and articles, looking at literally every African country, or literally globally, every nation has secret intelligence services. Is how they name them. It's not, I've realized all of them are not really called the secret. They have the secret.
I'm not called the CIA. They're all, everybody's got their own CIA.
Yeah, so of course this leads us all the way back to, again, the cats, to the small arts. They came up with all plans to just go on occupying places, and claim power again. But let me share this with you, what this Kun from Kenya, what is he saying? He's saying, because we have insecurity in our very own country, and with the little or the least of the police officers, army we have, there's nothing we've seen that has been done to improve that in the northern parts of Kenya. Talking about the European, the British company, the carbon investors and benefactors are, taking lands
well, you do need a spy. If you did, well, you do need a spy agency, but Africa doesn't have the technical skills for a spy. It'll be named that, but you don't have any power. See, you got to have. If you have a spy agency, you got to have a real military. Africa and Kenya don't have a real military. So you're not gonna have a real spy agency because when you're caught as a spy in somebody else's country, they kill you, and these are acts of war. So until you get a real military, you can't put together a real spy agency.
What we can say the spies we have in Africa and the rest of the countries is, of course, the spies who are here to check on us. Yeah, check on us.
The white man walking down the street next to you, the woman on the bus, one that's in the pool next to you, most likely is a spy.
True, that's true.
NIS Director General Nurdin Haji has raised alarm over inadequate funding for Kenya's security agencies, warning that the country's defense efforts could be compromised if critical financial gaps persist. Speaking before Parliament's Defense Committee, Haji stressed the urgent need for full funding, stating that the 55 billion shillings allocation for the 2024-2025 financial year is insufficient to tackle rising security threats. He also revealed that armed gangs from neighboring countries are increasingly spilling into Kenya, as Ode Francis reports.
I want to, at this point, request...
Kenya's intelligence chief Nurdin Haji is raising concerns over growing national security vulnerability. Speaking to MPs, Haji warned that the country's
These people are not concerned about the rising of insecurity in our country. They are concerned about Kenyans talking against their lack of accountability. Those are the kind of funding, that is where the money is going. It's not going to, we've noticed that recently we had an attack, in Mombasa. Some people were killed by unknown Al-Shabaabs. In Kenya, it's Al-Shabaabs.
It's the same thing. The same thing is still a Islamic fundamentalist, Joe. It's Islamic terrorism. This got a different name. They could be Al-Shabaab, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram. They're the same thing.
I love to be specific, like the Europeans. We have to ensure every country has its own term. Jihadist, pirates, and all that. But they're not talking about that. They're not mentioning about, again, like I'm saying, the northern parts of Kenya, where themselves they're the ones funding these weapons so that people can be, chased and taken out of their own original lands. And we can see we have the UAE. Are you talking about the UAE, which should be a big threat, which has acquired 550 million acres of land? Is this beneficial to us as Kenya? That is not being talked about. So it's crazy.
Trained budget.
Listen to the bullshit, the BS is gonna say, Sudan, we're so far from Sudan, as much as we're not really that far from Sudan, but what?
Is leaving it unable to defend against rising threats from neighboring nations, with armed gangs spilling into Kenya,
you're on the border, Sudan.
South Sudan.
South Sudan, you're on the border.
And if Sudan is to actually threaten Kenya right now, is because of what the deals Ruto is signing with the RSF.
Yeah, with the Arabs.
So,
and Somalia.
There are threats. If you look at Uganda, you have the Karamajogs, you have the different tribes coming into Kenya to undertake a cattle rustling.
So the issue of your problem is tribes, not even like, Africans are trying to settle in Kenya. You can hear what he went for. Tribalism. Tribe. What do you mean? Ugandans are coming. It's like you're saying, we just saw Kenyans who just went to Uganda to vote. That was the only tribe. And that shouldn't even be a big problem. We're just trying to help our brothers. But Uganda
that's illegal, Joby. I know you're trying to do the right thing, but to a country, you coming over meddling in their elections is illegal. But I get you doing the right thing, but it's still illegal.
Ugandans are just trying to come here, settle, or buy a few things and go back to their own country.
Yeah,
they can't speak proper Swahili. I'm sorry to say, but Uganda just open their mouth. So how is Uganda? Come on.
Different tribes coming into Kenya to undertake cattle rustling.
These tribes have not even given them nationality. These people have not given them even nationality for the longest time. So how would I just start taking I'm a Ugandan, I can't start killing now cattle now in Kenya.
That's garbage.
Right.
they have encroached in some of our lands and our territory. In South Sudan, the insecurity that is there, the proliferation of small arms, every other day, we have to face that. In Ethiopia, as you know, there's the Oromo Liberation Army. They are occupying part of our territory, and we are forced to deal with them. But if you look at the kind of equipment that we have as a security sector, it is really wanting.
Because you've not developed anything. It goes back to
developing money. I mean, you developed any weapons. Exactly.
Exactly.
There's a video circulating that's go on TikTok after this joke. There's a video circulating clearly showing the Europeans in Nigeria arming these Boko Harams and Al Shabaab. A helicopter flew down and gave out a bunch of weapons. They caught them on, somebody had, lucky somebody, they cell phone out, show the Europeans getting out all these weapons to these damn jihadist groups. They're the ones doing it. But if you are intelligence, you would say that. You say, we got to fight against white people. You're never going to say that.
Exactly.
Intelligence services have posted several security breaches. Nurdin Haji warns that a 14 billion funding gap would undermine operations. He stressed that frontline security agencies must receive full financial support to effectively combat evolving threats, including cyber warfare, terrorism, and global disinformation campaigns.
The last the last 2 years, we have really struggled to ensure, for example, that there are no bombs happening here in Nairobi, that there are no Al-Shabaabs penetrating into Nairobi. We have lost so many lives in the front through the SOG and also the special forces from the military. So there is no amount of money that is enough at the moment to ensure that as Kenya, we are able to safeguard ourselves from the rear, from the front, from the top. We are facing threats.
Oh, dude, you're the CIA chief of Kenya. Okay, you're facing all these threats. Who is funding Al-Shabaab? Exactly. Who's funding them? Do you name it? Who's funding this Al-Shabaab group? Because the dang sure ain't Somalia. They ain't got no money. Who's funding Al-Shabaab? Let's keep coming into Kenya then. You're the CIA chief of Kenya. You're the intelligence chief. You're supposed to know who's doing it. Because if I'm the parliament, I'm saying, okay, who's funding that Kenyan intelligence chief? Where's Al-Shabaab getting their funding from? Oh, well, I don't know. It is coming. What? Ain't you the intelligence chief? Where's the money coming from to raise these attacks on Kenya? You know where they're coming from, but you ain't going to sit out your filthy boot-licking mouth.
He won't say it. He won't say it.
No, I ain't going to say it.
I don't need the video you want me to get on TikTok. I'm trying to see.
Say, Western's caught, say, Western helicopter caught giving weapons to jihadists in Nigeria. Western helicopter caught giving weapons to jihadists in Nigeria. Can you imagine this in Nigeria that you got weapons blown out the sky? You got a group of white people delivering weapons in Nigeria in a helicopter. You got to be kidding me.
Na sijui sisi kama Kenya tutajificha wapi. Na mjue kwa miaka yote.
Yeah, also a Kenyan pilot has been spotted spreading weapons in
Wow. So nice. Look at those helicopters carrying the Nigerian flag. Waiting the shell.
Well, I can't find the video.
Okay, I probably got to send it to you in a second.
For entertainment purposes only, so family, you're not gonna believe this. According to Cyprian Yakundi, the Nairobi County.
I can't find it on my end.
Okay, let me send it. I'll send it to you. Give me
Spirit.
Three Cameroonian soldiers have been killed others.
I'll find and send it to you real quick in a second.
Okay, no problem. But yeah, it's the same people using people's taxes to fund all these wars. I loved what that girl said yesterday. It's crazy that they hate the unity of Africa, but they are not scared of violence. You know, it's crazy that they hate to see the unity of Africans. They are not scared of violence.
The unity of Africa makes everybody poor, Joe.
So let me share this.
And when you take back your resources, just as you're a user, you get your fish. Even the Chinese got the fish market, which you showed in Senegal. The unity and getting power back, Chinese will be starving. Those fish are feeding the Chinese.
Intelligence thief. That is Jerome Mosquito. They are literally, that's the intelligence they have in stealing, you know, and controlling the narrative again. But let me share this video of Candace Owens talking about literally the Mossad, how they were behind the killing.
They killed the President Kennedy.
You guys, happy Thursday. I promised you I would do an episode on the JFK files. Well, this is just the beginning of it. And what I can tell you guys in a sentence is that the conspiracy theorists, we were right again. Always, it seems, nowadays. Tucker Carlson was definitely on the money.
She always late. We were right. I've been talking about this for 20 years, Rod. You late to the party. You just came with this information 6 months ago because you finally was going against Israel. We've been to... he was right. No, lady, you weren't right. You late. Talking about. Go ahead.
I knew you'd jump at the comment Oh my God. Kids will never let you. Oh my goodness. He can never give you credit like, you know, no, I'm going to let, no, he's going to give you the hot what you want to hear. Oh my
You better get her ass out of here.
When he said that being referred to as a conspiracy theorist these days just means that you're educated beyond the mainstream media and the public education system, which is making everybody dumb. So for those of you guys who have not read Chaos yet and are not a member of our book club, we are going to take you down the JFK rabbit hole, the beginning of it. Welcome back to Candace. Files have been cracked open. What does it mean? Well, what it means right now is that if you are a Jewish American citizen, it is really high time for you guys to understand that you are under no obligation to keep defending the state of Israel, okay? Anti-Semitism is not happening when people judge the foreign state of Israel. We have to say that right at the top, right? I should make everybody right now just get up and do the Pledge of Allegiance, like old-fashioned style, like you're just in your 5th grade classroom. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, not under Israel, not under blackmail, okay? Like, we're all the same. We are Americans. And the only reason that you have that instinct, especially the Jewish Americans, is because there's this existential crisis that has been ingrained in you since your youth. Like, you have been indoctrinated to believe that supporting that state is existential, really. Like, you're going to die if you don't. And we all have those things. It's cool. We've all been indoctrinated in some way or another in our youth. And that's kind of the social engineering of the classroom to make us really fearful. It's the reason why women are like, I support Planned Parenthood because I think men are going to take my ovaries if I don't. Then you kind of get older and you're like, wait a second, that doesn't really make any sense. Why do I fear the patriarchy? It's just a fear-based education system. Anyways, let's get to the beginning of it, really, and kind of make you understand where the conspiracy theorists were coming from since before these files got released. Okay, so we all know what happened on November 22nd, 1963. JFK was shot. President JFK was shot sitting alongside his wife in a vehicle that was traveling through the streets of Dallas. Now, it is important before we get into that you have a historical understanding of some other facts. Before Kennedy was elected president, Eisenhower was president. And right before Eisenhower left office, he warned the American public that a shadow was building. A shadow government, so to speak, was building in the background. He referred to it as a military-industrial complex. I want you to take a close listen to his words here.
We annually spend on military security alone more than the net income of all United States corporations. Now, this conjunction of an immense military establishment and a large arms industry is new in the American experience. The total influence, economic, political, even spiritual, is felt in every city, every state house, every office of the federal government. We recognize the imperative need for this development, yet we must not fail to comprehend its grave implications. Our toil, resources, and livelihood are all involved. So is the very structure of our society. In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex. The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist. We must never let the weight of this combination endanger our liberties or democratic processes. We should take nothing for granted. Only an alert and knowledgeable citizen can compel the proper meshing of the huge industrial and military machinery of defense with our peaceful methods and goals, so that security and liberty may prosper together.
Pause that. That's why I told you she's a moron. She is an absolute idiot and a moron. She didn't even go to the main crux of that farewell speech. You are a moron. So you can't even connect today because she just listens to other people. She's an idiot. You got to do the whole speech. He says there's going to be a scientific, technocratic state being formed in the United States. That's your Anthony Fauci. That's those are the shots, the vaccines, unwarranted, and you need to watch out for that because they're going to be a scientific, technocratic state that they're trying to set up. That's your Elon Musk. That's your Peter Thiels, which is happening right now. But she don't know nothing about that. She trying to act like she's taking credit. She don't know the hell she's talking about. She missed that part. I knew she wasn't going to go in that part because that's part of that. That's the real important part of that speech he made 60 plus years ago. He was just going to go into the part where it's talking about the industrial complex. Now, it's more than that, lady. It's more than that because you don't know it. It's more than that. He'll tell you about the technocracy that they're trying to set up. So keep that open real quick, John. You're going to let's juxtapose this moron.
Okay.
Go to Google and say, not Google, but YouTube again. Say President Eisenhower. Same with, how you guys spell Eisenhower? I don't know how to spell that. Just say President Eisenhower. Say E-I-S. It'll pop in. Google spell it for you. President Eisenhower forms of a technocracy. Put that in. Say warns of a technocracy, a techno-feudal state. That's what trying to lock up with your IDs. Trying to lock up with the digital cash. Say a say President Eisenhower warns of a technocracy. Techno-cracy. You like democracy. The most important part of the speech she don't even get. Because it's all encompassing where you get your vaccines. Yeah. He told you they were going to do this. Told you beware of these people setting up a techno-feudal state. That's when they want to look at it. They want to scan your eye like they did in Kenya. Face recognition to get on the internet. Digital cash, digital currency, complete control. A techno-feudal state. You find things open?
Yeah, just a minute.
Yeah. But this broad missed the most important part because she's a moron. She's just going with the right wingers told her. Look at Tucker Carlson said this. And see, we told you. Look at we was proven right. Right about what, moron? You know what you're talking about. Yeah, it is.
Full interview for the full.
Probably any one of those videos. said scientific feudal state. That's your anti-fat. That's the WHO, the vaccine.
President of the United States, we present an address by Dwight D. Eisenhower. This is the farewell address for President Eisenhower.
Yeah, that's it.
8 years as chief executive come to an end.
When he was leaving the White House.
Eisenhower has chosen this time for his final speech. Ladies and gentlemen,
and remember, Eisenhower's family, he's part black. He's another black man passing to be white. His family was black. Go ahead, Joe. He's a mulatto.
Good evening, my fellow Americans. First, I should like to express my gratitude to the radio and television networks for the opportunities they have given me over the years to bring reports and messages to our nation. My special thanks go to them for the opportunity of addressing you this evening. 3 days from now, after half a century in the service of our country, I shall lay down the responsibilities of office. As, in traditional and solemn ceremony, the authority of the presidency is vested in my successor. This evening, I come to you with a message of leave-taking and farewell, and to share a few final thoughts with you, my countrymen. Like every other citizen, I wish the new president and all who will labor with him Godspeed. I pray that the coming years will be blessed with peace and prosperity for all. Our people expect their president and the Congress to find essential agreement on issues of great moment, the wise resolution of which will better shape the future of the nation. My own relations with the Congress, which began on a remote and tenuous basis when, long ago, a member of the Senate appointed me to West Point, have since ranged to the intimate during the war and immediate post-war period, and finally... How
long is this video? How long is it? How long is this video?
16 minutes.
Okay, should be too long. Okay, yeah. Now, also understand, these white people like him, this racist like him, they never showed the black people, just like the French and the English, they show. The French and the English went to Africa, where you get the Mau Mau, right? In World War II, they went and got all the Africans to fight for them. Shout out to Even Touré was talking about that in their interview, which you never taught this, that the African freed Europe from Hitler, not the white man, the African. He said like Even said, our ancestors were cannon fodder, just like we were cannon fodder over here. The black Americans went and fought this goofy war too, under this goofy racist bastard here, who we found out was really a damn mulatto. Go ahead, Joe.
In this final relationship, the Congress and the administration have, on most vital issues, cooperated well to serve the nation good rather than mere partisanship, and so have assured that the business of the nation should go forward. So my official relationship with the Congress ends in a feeling, on my part, of gratitude that we have been able to do so much together. We now stand 10 years past the midpoint of a century that has witnessed 4 major wars among
and remember, he was installed. He was the puppet before they got John F. Kennedy was the puppet. They installed this moron. They made him a 4-star general in World War II. He wasn't even a real general at the beginning of the war. He was a colonel. They promoted this dude. They put this dude into the White House. This dude here. He was installed by the cats. All right? His whole life was created by the cats. His whole life. You go back and do Eisenhower's life. His whole life was given to him by the cats. Go ahead, sir.
Nations. 3 of these involved our own country. Despite these holocausts, America is today the strongest, the most influential, and most productive nation in the world.
Yeah, it used to be.
Understandably proud of this preeminence, we yet realize that America's leadership and prestige depend not merely upon our unmatched material progress, riches, and military strength, but on how we use our power in the interest of world peace and human betterment. Throughout America's adventure in free government, our basic purposes have been to keep the peace, to foster progress in human achievement, and to enhance liberty, dignity, and integrity among people.
And See, right there he was lying. He said dignity. At that time, CIA was running around overthrowing governments, killing people in Africa, overthrew Iran, put in puppets and coups. What he's saying is an absolute lie, because he's a no good liar. He was fostering peace and help all humanity. He's a psychopathic liar. Go ahead, Joe.
To strive for less would be unworthy of a free and religious people. Any failure traceable to arrogance or our lack of comprehension or readiness to sacrifice would inflict upon us grievous hurt, both at home and abroad.
Now remember, this is 61. Pause that. His CIA, which he's the head of CIA, he's the president. His CIA just went into Congo and murdered Lumumba and put in a puppet. And he's talking about all this freedom nonsense. See, the white man is duplicitous. Him being a mulatto, he's extra duplicitous because he got to prove he's a white man. Go ahead, Joe.
Toward these noble goals is persistently threatened by the conflict now engulfing the world. It commands our whole attention, absorbs our very beings. We face a hostile ideology, global in scope, atheistic in character, ruthless in purpose, and insidious in method.
You're talking about Russia, Soviet Union.
The danger it poses promises to be of indefinite duration.
Now you know, pause it. Now you know this. Pause it. Now you know this is a lie. Pause again. Now you know. See, we wasn't sophisticated back then. I wasn't even born when this happened, right? But we know the cats controlled the Soviet. Joby showed you the Bolsheviks are the cats, and we know the cats were controlling America back then. That's why they could hit the next president after him, with John F. Kennedy. Put a bullet in his head in broad daylight. It ain't nobody did nothing, and we know it was the Mossad who did it. So we know the cats control the country. So to say that we're fighting against Russia is a damn lie. And he knew it. He knew the cats created Russia, which was the Soviet Union back then, and the cats ruled America. It's all kabuki fake theater. But go ahead, Joe.
There is call for not so much the emotional and transitory sacrifices of crisis, but rather those which enable us to carry forward steadily, surely, and without complaint, the burdens of a prolonged and complex struggle with liberty, the state. Only thus shall we remain, despite every provocation, on our charted course.
I want you guys to listen. He's going to start talking about the technocracy. These are your Silicon bros, right? Your tech bros, Elon Musk, your Zuckerberg. They're really created by the CIA. He says there's a technocracy that's going to start being created, and to be on guard. And that's what we see from your Twitter, your YouTube, your Facebook, your Instagram. He's telling you, that there's a technocracy and a group of people that want to control this world through technology. Go ahead, Joby.
These there will continue to be. In meeting them, whether foreign or domestic, great or small, there is a recurring temptation to feel that some spectacular and costly action could become the miraculous solution to all current difficulties. A huge increase in newer elements of our defenses, development of unrealistic programs to cure every ill in agriculture, a dramatic expansion in basic and applied research. These and many other possibilities, each possibly promising in itself, may be suggested as the only way to the road we wish to travel. But each proposal must be weighed in the light of a broader consideration, the need to maintain balance in and among national programs. Balance between the private and the public economy, balance between the cost and hoped for advantages, balance between the clearly necessary and the comfortably desirable, balance between our essential requirements as a nation and the duties imposed by the nation upon the individual, balance between actions of the moment and the national welfare of the future. Good judgment seeks balance and progress. Lack of it eventually finds imbalance and frustration. The record of many decades stands as proof that our people and their government have, in the main, understood these truths and have responded to them well in the face of threat and stress.
And remember, no president has done this before or after. I think he knew he was going to die. Man, he died soon after he left the White House. I think he's trying to clear his conscience because they told him what was going to come. He was a puppet. He's a Rothschild puppet. They put him in power, right? All these other, they put him in power. And we know the Kennedy family is also is part of these families, but they were going against the system. And they learned, hey, you don't step out the system, what's wrong with you? But I think he was trying to clear his conscience because he was about to be dead, stanking soon anyway. He wanted to die with a clear conscience. Go ahead, Joe.
But threats, new in kind or degree, constantly arise. Of these, I mention two only. A vital element in keeping the peace is our military establishment. Our arms must be mighty, ready for instant action, so that no potential aggressor may be tempted to risk his own destruction. Our military organization today bears little relation to that known of any of my predecessors in peacetime, or indeed by the fighting men of World War II or Korea. Until the latest of our world conflicts, the United States had no armament.
Yeah, so he's saying right now, so he's about to take me saying right now, there's no power on earth that can threaten America. We are the preeminent power on the planet. And that's what he's saying right there. We're the preeminent power on earth. There is no power that can threaten the United States at all. Good.
American makers of plowshares could, with time and as required, make swords as well. But we can no longer risk emergency improvisation of national defense. We have been compelled to create a permanent armaments industry of vast proportions. Added to this, 3.5 million men and women are directly engaged in the defense establishment. We annually spend on military security alone more than the net income of all United States corporations. Now, this conjunction of an immense military establishment and a large arms industry is new in the American experience. The total influence, economic, political, even spiritual, is felt in every city, every state house, every office of the federal government. We recognize the imperative need for this development, yet we must not fail to comprehend its grave implications. Our toil, resources, and livelihood are all involved. So is the very structure of our society. In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
Continue.
The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists.
Misplaced power,
and will
you know
persist.
that.
We must never let the weight of this combination endanger our liberties or democratic processes.
Now pause there for a second. Now this is what Candace Owens' moronic ass stopped, because you don't understand the significance. Now we're going to go where he's telling you. It's going to be a scientific technocracy that they're trying to say. This is your Bill Gates. Okay? Bill Gates, Elon Musk, the scientific technocracy that they're setting up power through their fake science. Go ahead, Joe.
Nothing for granted. Only an alert and knowledgeable citizenry.
Be alert. You got to be smart. Stop it. Stop. Pause again. He's saying you can't be a moron. The schools got only a proper educated civilian citizen will understand what's going on. That's why you can't be a moron, because you won't know how the hell the world works and what's going on to you and your place and how you fit within this world construct. Go ahead, Joe.
Of the huge industrial and military machinery of defense with our peaceful methods and goals, so that security and liberty may prosper together. Akin to and largely responsible for the sweeping changes in our industrial military posture has been the technological revolution.
Right here. Here we go. This is what you see happening further, Joey. Further. This is what you're seeing today. Tell you about the technocracy that they're trying to set up. This is your. Remember, this was your vaccine passports. This was your face scanning. The brutal technocracy that they're setting up now. He's telling you this 60 years ago. Oh, but Goofy George, I thought you said you knew, Candace. You know? You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Go ahead, Joe.
Research has become central. It also becomes more formalized, complex, and costly. A steadily increasing share is conducted for, by, or at the direction of the federal government. Today, the solitary inventor, tinkering in his shop, has been overshadowed by task forces of scientists in laboratories and testing fields.
Science, here we go.
In the same fashion, the free university, historically the fountainhead of free ideas and scientific discovery,
it ain't free no more.
Experienced a revolution in the conduct of research, partly because of the huge costs involved. A government contract becomes virtually a substitute for intellectual curiosity. For every old blackboard, there are now hundreds of new electronic computers. The prospect of domination of the nation's scholars by federal employment, project allocations, and the power of money is ever present. Domination. And is gravely to be regarded. Yet in holding scientific research and discovery in respect, as we should, we must also be alert to the equal and opposite danger that public policy could itself become the captive of a scientific, technological elite. It is the task of statesmen.
That's it, Joe, right there, Father. That's it. A technocratic scientific elite. That's your Bill Gates. That's your Elon Musk. And what are they trying to do? Give you GMO food, give you shots, and all other kind of evil shit. That's what Eisenhower was talking about. Now you go back to Candace Owens. Joe. That's the most important part that she missed. This technocracy that they're setting up. That's what we're talking about. This is your anti-Fauci, take the vaccines and all that other shit. You turned it, they were setting it up then. They were setting it up then. You need to be well aware of it. Not just that they were going to shoot Kennedy in the head. They were setting up a technocracy. A feudal technology where you got to have digital money and all these other heinous things they're setting up. Got to have face scanning and what they set up in China. China looks good, but China's a damn feudal state. Can't do this, can't do that. Every camera's looking at you, all that kind of stuff. But go ahead, Joe.
Interesting, because obviously many of us were not alive during this time. Many of us who were alive during this time certainly wouldn't maybe recall that speech. But he's saying that this is new. Like this idea of America always being at war is new, and it's not new to us. It's just like we can't stop being at war in the Middle East.
It was new back then.
Whack-a-mole, like the military-industrial complex is obviously real.
You know why I was new then? Because they were just creating the CIA then. The cats just created the CIA. And it didn't have full power yet. That's why it was new then. And it's not new no more. Go ahead.
We refer to this now as the deep state. And you should know that when JFK became president thereafter, he was explicitly against war. You have to understand, he too agreed that there was no need for us to be engaged in never-ending war. We're supposed to win World War II. And it turns out that there was something operating.
No. You know what you're talking about. Shut up. No, JFK was part of the family. He's part of these elite families. The Rothschilds and Rockefeller, the Kennedys are a small function of these families. And Joey can pull this up. Yeah, Google won't hide that. The Kennedy family was part of what you call the Illuminati families. They are the bloodline. So they're in the group. He knows how it works. So John was trying to bulk the system that he came from. It wasn't the fact that he didn't know and all that stuff she's talking about. The Kennedy family is part of these families. They're not the big family, they're one of the smaller families. But they're part of that group of elites. And so him being raised in it, he decided to say, hey, we got to tear this down. It's unjust. It's unfair. We want to make he went against the ruling families. He said, we got to make a more just system for Africa and everybody else. And so imagine he's also a family member turning on you. He knew he was going to get a bullet in the head. What? You even part of the family, and you're supposed to shut your mouth. And he's telling all the secrets that there's a group of people that run the world that behind the scenes. Kennedy told you that. There's a group of people that actually run the world, not government. He told you, not government. There's a group of people that run the world that stay in the shadows. Because you know why he knew that? Because his family was part of that. Go ahead, Joe.
In the background that didn't really want that. And so Eisenhower's warning that these people could have undue influence, whatever this magic force is in the background, could have undue influence on American policy. And Kennedy gets in office and he's like, I'm not about this war. Take a listen to what he had to say at American University. This speech was given on June 10th, 1963, just a few months before he was assassinated.
Yeah, this is what he's telling you about
I realize the pursuit of peace is not as dramatic as the pursuit of war. And frequently the words of the pursuers fall on deaf ears, but we have no more urgent task. Some say that it is useless to speak of peace or world law or world disarmament, and that it will be useless until the leaders of the Soviet Union adopt a more enlightened attitude. I hope they do. I believe we can help them do it. But I also believe that we must re-examine our own attitudes as individuals and as a nation, for our attitude is as essential as theirs.
So the question that we should ask is, why is it that as soon as you begin speaking about JFK, people refer to you as a conspiracy theorist? And in particular, you will notice that there are these Zionist accounts that freak out before they even know what you're going to say. So what is it about JFK's assassination that triggers Zionists? Why do they pretend that it's anti-Semitism to explore the environment and the things that JFK was adamantly opposed to? I'm going to describe that to you, and I'm going to use only Jewish sources here, so we can remove ourselves from any claims of anti-Semitism. These are just the facts of what JFK was fighting while he was in office, okay? One of the things that he was opposed to was the American Zionist Council. He wanted them, which would go on to become AIPAC. We're still having a discussion about AIPAC's undue influence in our elections today. They were back then known as the American Zionist Council. And JFK's Department of Justice told them that they had to register as a foreign agent under FARA, okay? Now, I'm going to slow that down for you because many of you probably don't even know what FARA is. It stands for the Foreign Agents Registration Act. It requires that any person or business entity that is accepting money from or acting as an agent to a foreign government must register with the Department of Justice. Now, you would have to, that means file reports. You'd have to detail your compensation. You have to detail your expenditures, your communications. Essentially, the reason for that is obvious, so that we as Americans know that we are being influenced by agents of another government. I personally wish that we would also be able to see this in terms of like right away knowing when people are lobbying that they would have to announce that we are lobbying on behalf of Big Pharma and we accept money from them. But they don't have to do that, right? And so it would color your imagination, obviously. If I'm saying all these things and you find out that I'm registered under FARA for a foreign country like Ukraine, you would go, okay, well, that makes sense. Candace is telling me that we should go to war with Ukraine, but I now know that Candace is actually accepting tens of millions of dollars from Ukraine. That's the purpose of FARA registration. So when the American Zionist Council came into fruition in 1949, they were lobbying on behalf of the newly formed foreign state of Israel, okay?
Israel.
And the JFK said, you guys now need to register under FARA. Now, again, I've explained why that would be important, because it would change the way that you understood the news that was coming to you.
When we say Israel, we should just say Rothschild.
And sometimes you wonder. when you see all these influencers, you're like, who's funding
in
them?
America's money is controlled by the Rothschilds, the bank. So let's say, that's why Israel controls America through the Rothschild. Okay? Let's just stop all the pretenses with the Israel nonsense, American nonsense. We know the Rothschilds took over the banking system in 1913 on Jekyll Island in Georgia. Good.
Question of who is funding them. It would be infinitely more important if you knew that it was somebody who was a foreign country overseas. So we're going to take a look at the lead up to JFK's assassinations and his dealings with the Zionist group that he was trying to get to register under FARA. Look at this website, okay? This website, and we don't have a top of this. I wanted to know, Skylar, if you don't mind actually showing the Israel Lobby Archive. Okay.
Oh, Joey, pause that for a second before we get out of it. Pause it for a second. Go to Google real quick and say, are the Kennedys considered a bloodline family? Just ask Google that. Are the Kennedys considered a bloodline family? We're going to know what I'm saying. Are the Kennedys considered a bloodline family?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So they're part of the Rothschild. Yes. So Kennedy, so this broad's not even mentioning this. She's doing her great research. It took Joby two seconds to type to Google. Is the Kennedys a bloodline family? Yes. So they were part of the Rothschild families and these banking scams. So Kennedy knew this. So this was even more insidious because he's part of that family. So you know they're gonna put. That's like Joby going against. Joby's my family. Joby's my daughter going against my damn rights. So she's going against what I raised her to be. So I'm extra angry. That means I'm gonna make an example out of her ass. I think it's time to wrap up, guys.
Let me share this video you shared with me before you get.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. Everybody's comments. We'll get out of here.
The comments here. Shout out to Candice Owens. I just shared YouTube, Google, they're all hiding details. I couldn't find anything relatable to the secret agency and who really, telling us the real facts. They're hiding. So I pulled up Candice Owens is all that I could see popping on my screen. So, and I was like, I'm sure it's gonna go after her. So it is what it is.
Candace not deep. Since Candace is articulate and a bootleg, they push her content. Because anything that's concerning black people, she's against. Well, I'm American. Malcolm X warned you. A Negro calling themselves America, that's a sick Negro joke. Because America ain't never cared a shit about black people. So you call yourself all enthusiastically, Joby. We're all American, Joby. Malcolm X said, that's a sick Negro.
That's so sad. Let me share this.
Major breaking news coming from Nigeria. And we have some major breaking news coming from Nigeria. And this news has to reach all the Africans. And let me tell you, if Africans do not come together this time round, we are cooked. So the reports that are coming in is that there is a helicopter that has been caught on camera by some people in Nigeria supplying weapons to terrorists in a forest in Nigeria. So the helicopter comes and then lands into the forest. They unload a lot of weapons. And the video which is circulating online like crazy is showing how these things are happening. And then it leaves. And the people who are in this helicopter are Westerners, meaning that the Western nations are there to destabilize Nigeria. These terrorist groups that is being supplied with these weapons is the one that has been terrorizing a lot in Nigeria, and it has unallied a lot of people. And the people who are claimed to be supplied the weapons with are the Fulani people.
Yeah, those are the Boko Haram.
Guys.
Yeah, they have the Boko Haram, of course. So shout out to Obama and Michelle Obama. for trying to help during that time. But as we get closer to winding up, I see John Mosquito is saying it's hard work helping you spell shit all the time. It's not.
You kick rocks, you British bastard, why do you always gotta be full of bollocks? You're a mosquito.
Exactly. Like, why don't you just put it down on the chat and I'll see what's wrong with that. Nigeria has gone begging Russia to help them deal with the terrorist
They
threat.
did. They did. One of the generals did because remember, the president don't control the military. So yeah, one of the generals, they probably kill him. He went to Russia to help, because now they figured out that it's the West, right? These morons finally figured out, yes, it's the West that's sponsoring all these terrorists. It's America and Britain and France that's flying down in their country giving weapons to these Boko Harams and Al Shababs and whatever goofy name they come up with, right? So he goes to Russia. Can you help us, white daddy? It was the other white daddy that's messing us up.
But I also see says it's 2 hours long. Brother Keith, I think the video I was sharing. Come on, you're full of bollocks. You say the John Mosquito. But I also see says the Europeans killing themselves during their so-called world wars pushed America into becoming the most influential nation. And then shout out to you on Sankenon once again. He says back into
That's
the
true.
left. Jason says, hence how great grandmother was a fair skinned black.
That's what they said would happen to his head. His head was back and to the left. When he got shot in the head, Joey.
You're breaking a little bit. We're losing you a little bit. And Sanken also says cameras in your smart TVs, microphones in your smartphones, actually everywhere, and the apps as well. And then you also have and Sanken also saying Kennedy read too many philosophy books in a college. And then he also says, I'm sorry, not sorry, but when I look at her, you look like she looks like, oh no, you're crazy. I'm not reading that. Come on. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna be winding up right here with today's conversation. That has been our top conversation for the day. You guys have not let us know what you'd like us to discuss on the chat, which is very important. We've told you peanuts conversations, discussions.
That was good right there. No, that was a good show.
But yes, much love, family. This is what we're gonna be
That was a
wrapping
good
it
show.
up on today's conversation. See you guys, of course, tomorrow, same time.
No. I think you got.
I can't hear you.
I'm in a bad area. You got music.
You're breaking a little bit.
Hear me now?
Yes. Come again.
You got music go tomorrow.
Yeah, we got me. Yeah, that's why I said. Yeah, that's why I said same time, different session. We'll be having, of course, the culture show. Me and Kamlesh.
Oh, okay.
Tune in and request all your jams. Kamlesh shall do the best. So play what you guys want.
Did you tell Campus about that?
Yeah. Yeah, he's okay with that.
All right.
Yeah, so much love. Have yourself a beautiful, beautiful day. Closing remarks, Mr. Black on Fire.
Family, no closing remarks. So I guess we'll see if we'll be looking at Friday. See if we'll be looking at Sinners. Joey promised us Sinners, so get your popcorn together. And Joey don't fake us out again.
I'll confirm that you guys know again on time.
If Joey don't fake us out again, we'll be watching the movie Sinners Friday, guys. So get your popcorn ready.
Yeah, I'll do my best. I'll ensure you guys see the movie. But anyway, much love, family. Have yourself a good day. See you guys tomorrow. Peace. We out. Good night, Joe Mosquito. Be careful.
Peace, fam.